to tell you like it is. We're going to keep it real with the things that we make. Like if our pie crust has a gooey bottom, no, it's not.
The way that sounds.
No. Like if our pie crust doesn't have a crisp bottom, that's okay.
You can't say soggy bottom. You can't say crisp bottom.
Okay, a flaky bottom?
They make lotion for that. We're making pumpkin pie.
What kind of pumpkin pie? Vegan pumpkin pie.
What?
Vegan pumpkin pie.
You don't have to yell. We're right here.
Okay, let's go.
So today, instead of using a regular pie crust or instead of using puff pastry like we did with the quiche, we're using
Phyllo dough. The thing about phyllo dough is it's like paper and it takes a little bit of it's a little tricky. All right, so
So you have everything weighed out here, measured out already?
So I have everything and
you did all the work? Can we drink now?
You know what we don't, after it goes in the oven, you can drink. You know what we don't have is the coconut milk.
A good attitude?
You're right.
You put that in the freezer.
Oh shit.
I wonder if it's exploded by now.
Why would it explode?
What do you mean, why would it explode? Have you ever frozen something that's full and sealed it up and don't shake it up?
Okay, so.
Don't hold it close to your face. Can we just like
You think it's gonna blow up?
I don't know.
Dude, it's okay. It's okay, honey. I promise everything's gonna be okay. All right, so the concept was that you're supposed to use coconut milk and put it in the refrigerator at least 2 hours, preferably overnight, so that it separates and you have your solids because you want that solid coconut solid.
Coconut fat.
And not the liquid, right? So
because the fat and the water separate.
Right. And so we put it in the freezer.
No, you mixed it together. It's ruined.
So I think we have a little bit of a problem. First of all, it's not coconut milk, it's coconut cream.
Oh.
So it was never going to separate.
I see.
Should we kind of strain it a little bit?
No.
I'm gonna try straining it just a little bit.
Okay.
And then we'll just see. So you separate the liquid and you don't use the liquid, you only use the solids, right? In the recipe. Okay, so we're improvising. I know you are so skeptical. I'm telling you this is gonna work. And if it doesn't, then we'll know what not to do. All right, so we've strained it and we're just gonna leave the solids on top.
All right, I think you're good.
You think we're good?
Yeah, I don't think you gotta press all. What's the hardest part about being a vegan?
Are you asking me seriously?
Waking up at 4 a.m. to milk the coconuts.
That was funny. Okay, so you wanna read the recipe to me? Because apparently we're not following the recipe, so we might try to do something to follow the recipe. So it's all the spices and the pumpkin mixed together, right?
Preheat the oven to 350.
Done.
Add the pumpkin puree, fat, pulse the pumpkin and fat together.
Okay, so this is the thing. They want us to use a Cuisinart to pulse. I'm not pulsing, I can use a whisk. It's gonna do the same thing. So if it doesn't need to aerate, then there's no point in using a Cuisinart, and I'm just gonna use a whisk because it's kind of silly.
Less dishes.
Yeah, and it would be different if it needed to whip up, but it doesn't. All right.
So you mix the pumpkin and the fat together, and then you mix all the
spices,
sugar,
and then the dry ingredients.
The sugar and spices.
15-ounce can of pumpkin puree. And you know what? It says a 15-ounce can of coconut milk, and that wasn't 15 ounces, that was 13.
Yeah, but it says to...
And a half.
I feel like this milk can be added back in. It's pretty.
I don't think we're gonna need it. I don't want it to be too liquidy. Use a whisk, silly.
No, this is working fine. It looks like tomato bisque.
My tomato bisque doesn't look like that. So we've got half a cup of brown sugar and a half a cup of white sugar. Add that.
So this is a whole cup of sugar. Have some pie with your sugar.
Can you open that, please? Don't. Okay, I'm happy that you can do that. Don't. Stop. No.
I can't.
No. How much? That's good. And so I don't have any pumpkin pie spice, but I'm going to do a dash of cloves. I like cloves. We're going to do some nutmeg. And some cinnamon. And we're measuring well. We're making sure that we follow the guidelines perfectly.
Oh, ginger powder.
Ginger powder. Is this bad that we're not measuring all the ingredients?
We'll find out. Okay, now you add the sugars, cornstarch. Cornstarch.
Okay. I'm just gonna whisk it really well.
Here, I'll whisk that while you get the crust ready.
Okay, so we have a box of phyllo dough. Okay. So we're gonna gently take it out of the container.
Last time I just dumped it out.
You just opened it up. Okay, I'm gonna put a little coat on the bottom of the pan of the butter and on the sides. All right. And
I feel like I'm just watching you.
you are. You wanna do it?
No.
So I'm gonna put, you know what? I always throw away the first one.
The second one's gonna be ripped too, I think.
Look, it's not. So you can put it down in the pan, but you don't have to worry about it being wrinkle-free. Just gently put it in there. Give it a little blotty blot with butter. We're gonna do another one. Here, you do it.
No.
Are you afraid?
I'm so afraid it's gonna bite me.
Last time we worked with Phyllo, you took it out of my hands immediately and said, I'm doing this.
Yeah, but that was like 2 weeks ago.
I know. So I'm thinking like, how many sheets?
I think we should do all of them.
I think all of them is way too much.
How many did you do last time?
Don't remember. Enough.
Nice. Never gets old.
Okay. So when you put each sheet down, you alternate the angle. So I think that's good. I feel like, how many sheets did we do? Should we do
One more for good luck.
one more for good luck, even though you're not superstitious?
I'm a little stitious. Do you even get that?
Just not as superstitious, you're just a little stitious.
That's from The Office.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so you want to pour the batter into.
I feel like this isn't a lot of,
Pie filling?
yeah, right?
I think it's enough. Yeah, I mean, pumpkin pie isn't usually traditionally very high. Okay, so you want to do it or you want me to show you how?
You show me.
Okay, so all you're going to do is just pick it up and just kind of crunch it down on itself. Like this. You can add a little butter as you go, so it will stick to itself.
This just seems so experimental. I'm so skeptical.
Well, that's why we're doing a video on it, so people who are skeptical also can do it. Put a little bit of butter around here, kind of push it down on itself using the brush to kind of push that guy down in there. Since it's not very pretty, put a little bit of butter around here and just kind of push it into place. So then this wrinkly, papery dough becomes the crimped edge, decoration. You think I'm crazy?
I totally think you're crazy. We're gonna find out.
My biggest worry is if this is gonna get solid or not.
Yeah, I will.
You wanna go around and just give it a few more dabs, please?
I think it's pretty solid. Cool.
All right. Wait, we gotta make sure we don't have any hangers. We do. Yeah, anything that's hanging over the edge, make sure it's buttered so it doesn't just flake off.
Flake off!
Flake isn't a verb. Flake is a verb, I think.
Yeah, but not the way you're using it.
I think that's exactly how it is a verb. Okay, I think it's beautiful. Let's put it in the oven and see what happens. Okay.
Bye, pie.
We'll see.
Ooh.
Yeah, see it. I don't know if it's settled. It looks like it is. Maybe not. What do you think?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Should we cook it a little bit longer?
No. Usually you let it set, right?
But if I had the ability to let it set overnight, I would be more confident. But if we're gonna let it set for a few hours and cut it, I'm not confident.
So let it set overnight.
Here, you're leaving?
The pie needs a lot more time to settle, and I need to go home, so Mom's gonna eat this one, but maybe Coco will help.
Made with almond milk.
I don't know if you have to shake it.
Yeah, you do. Shake well 8 to 10 times.
So you undershook it. I knew something was wrong.
That's a good thing you're here to correct me. Okay, so we're just gonna cover up the mess. You don't want very much whipped cream?
No, I want to see what the pie tastes like on its own. What?
I think it's delicious.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what you're like shaking your head.
So this is the exact same recipe that we made when we made the process video. And I think it turned out really well. And when I tasted the pie, which here's a little clip of me tasting the pie.
Alone.
I think everything's perfect about it. Really. I'm really surprised. And I thought this was so good. I thought it was a shame you didn't get to experience. But then you came at Thanksgiving and we had pumpkin pie then. But I made the little tiny pumpkin pies. It's different. I mean, they're adorable, they're cute, they're tasty, but you don't get, the ratio of pumpkin filling to the crust is different. And then I put the little medallions on top, the little decorative crust. So we made the pie before.
We made the pie during a day we were shooting a bunch of other stuff, and it got really late before we knew it. And I had to go because we had to the pie was done, but we had to let the pie set.
The plan was I was gonna film it by myself, and I did a little bit.
It wasn't the same. Coco.
She's ready for lunch. Coco, who was rescued by the popo. That's a whole nother story for another time. We said I would taste it, and it was delicious, but I was just sitting here eating it by myself.
And you need me.
I did, and it just wasn't the same. So we decided I would cook another pie before Abraham got here so that we could taste it and do our tasting analysis. The crust, because of the phyllo, it does get a little soggy on the bottom, you know, and I think that's why it was sticking to the bottom of the pan. So it's a different kind of pie crust, definitely. And it's more convenient in my opinion, and it's more fun. It's abstract.
It's a nice flair on something that could be basic.
Right. And people do like traditional pie crust, but this is an alternative, and it's easy and it's funky and cool and yummy. And I do like the flakiness of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom does get a little soggy. So just be prepared for that. Bake the pie and get over the fact that the bottom might be a little soggy because it's still delicious, and you get your crusty. You get a lot of crust here.
You get your crusty.
You get your crusty crust here.
I like the texture difference. There's the softness of the pie, like filling, and the crunchy part on the outside. It creates a nice texture difference.
Okay, I think this is great. I think now we have closure.
Do we?
Well, so it's a new year, and we're excited about going into the new year, and well, we got some trepidations, to be honest, but
It's 2025 if you're watching this in the future.
And so we want to thank everybody who's joined us on this journey, and we are over 100 subscribers. We're at 119 right now. So if you haven't subscribed, we would love for you to join us here because we have a lot of fun and we eat well. And we're going to tell you like it is. We're going to keep it real with the things that we make. Like if our pie crust has a gooey bottom. No, it's not.
The way that sounds.
No. Like if our pie crust doesn't have a crisp bottom, that's okay.
You can't say soggy bottom. You can't say crisp bottom.
Okay, a flaky bottom.
They make lotion for that. If the underside of the pie is not as crispy as you think it should be, we're going to tell you.
All right, this has been fun, and we will see you in the next video because we're going to do another and another and another. Because we just want to have fun.
We just want to have fun.
I think you can close us out.